Namaste Galactic family, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to check in with you guys, let you know what I was working on. A lot of you reached out after my last cosmic grid update, the bleeding grids, the descending cell grids in the United States, and asked me to do an update on the Australian grids because a lot of you in Australia are going through some of the most severe forms of lockdown at this time. And so a lot of you reached out wanting me to cover the Australian grids. And so I just want to show you some of the things that I have been finding. I haven't even come nearly close to charting the entirety of what's going on here in Australia to give you guys the full picture. I am saving all of this information for the update, but I did want to just focus in on a location here that I feel is actually very, very, very important to what could potentially be keeping Australia and contributing to the low field frequencies that may be pumping into this grid. As you know, you guys are under the most severe forms of lockdowns at this time. I have gotten word from some of my insiders in Australia that, you know, you guys are just having, you know, blasted media, controlled states, you know, certain areas, the richer areas of Australia, the east side of Sydney, so the more richer neighborhoods, they are basically buying their freedom, so they're having less regulations, less restrictions. And then those who are on the west side, the working class, are having more restrictions. You can't leave your house for more than 2 hours a day. The police brutality has actually amped up quite a bit. You know, protesting is not really allowed. So, you know, you guys are just, you're really in this oppressed state right now and have some of the most severe restrictions around the world globally. So I don't blame you for wanting me to dive into this grid and kind of like what's going on a deeper level here. So what I've come across here, this is the Naval Communication Station, the Harold E. Holt Communication Station. And essentially this is a really interesting find here. This is a hexagonal planetary branding, essentially. This is actually a Navy base, and what they do is they emit low field frequencies out to submarines and things like this. It is a 13 tower communication station, but I wouldn't be surprised if they are using this technology across the grids and running this into you know, the horizontal and the angular ley lines to assist with keeping the low field frequencies pumping into the remaining landmass of Australia. Some other things that I was also picking up on is that this particular hexagonal shape, energetically, psychically, what I'm seeing is this is highly encoded to the King of Solomon, as he does encode and work within the hexagonal geometrics, biologically and planetarily, and this is also encoded to the Saturn matrix, and I wouldn't be surprised if this dials right into the hexagonal code that's on this on Saturn as well. As there's just a lot that they would want to tamper here in the Australian grid with this really coming up on the equinox. They're going to have high emissions from Uluru. They're going to have high emissions from the 13 mother arc systems, bringing in the aquamarine light, bringing in the high Sirian photonic light, bringing in the higher mother templates. So they could be capping the energy here within this space station, either sending artificial frequency into the organic frequency, trying to tamper with the global transmissions that actually come from Australia. So there's a lot going on here, you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a black cube invasion station, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is communicating directly to the electromagnetic vehicles in the rings of Saturn's themselves. And guys, we have to like be careful with this stuff, because these black cubes, or these luminous vehicles, these electromagnetic vehicles in the rings of Saturn's, they disfigure celestial bodies, okay? And they come with the power of 16 Earths, because there are 16 Earths within Saturn's planetary field. And so I'm going to dive into all of this in the update with you guys. I just want to just send so much love to you guys. I know you're really dealing with a lot there in Australia right now, with businesses being still shut down, just feeling very marginalized, very suppressed. So just hang in there. All my Australians, I love you so much. And I just want to say to everyone who is having to choose between their body and their divine sovereignty, for those of you that are having to look at taking the Jim Jones juice to keep your job or be still enrolled in school, whatever it may be, just know that, you know, I'm here for you in your decisions that you have to make here. But I also want to encourage you to, you know, start making even bigger choices. Find ways to unravel yourselves from the government's control. Find ways to unravel yourself from the system, the 9-to-5, the matrix, the grind. Find ways to get out of this. Start thinking about this in your life now, because one round of injection doesn't mean that this is going to end. There's going to be boosters. There's going to be all kinds of continuation just to maintain your immune system from these things, right? Because there's going to be, oh, well, you need this variant for this variant, and this new injection for this variant, these types of things, right? So you really want to start, as these things become more real for you, right? You want to start really looking at your life overall and thinking about making, you know, some big decisions, career changes, aligning to your sovereignty, aligning to your soul purpose, your soul mission, what you came here to do, right? Those things will innately pull you out of the system. Your soul mission, what you came here to do, will pull you out of the seals of Baphomet, will pull you out of the seals of the Saturn matrix, okay? And that's really what our government is. It's the Saturn matrix, okay? And so, yeah, guys, I just want you guys to know I love you all. It's okay to question things. It's okay to use your voice, and it's okay to, you know, look at Nicki Minaj. You guys saw the community post that I had put up with her birth chart. She's a Draco queen. She's a Draco hybrid incarnate, and she got booted off Twitter for just asking questions about this stuff, you know? So, it just goes to show you that we even have Draco hybrids on this earth right now that are willing to speak up about these things. So it's real crazy. And but just know that I love you all so much. A lot of you have been coming to me and asking me if I have a lot of you have been asking me if I have a Jim Jones juice reversal session or visualization or technique. And I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't had time to create something this for you all, but I did have a friend come to me today who told me how they were going to do it. So I just wanted to pass this information along to you if this is something that you are having to consider for yourself. So they said that what they did was they basically jarred their spiritual energy prior to the injection, and then after they did it, then they're gonna take their spiritual energy from that jar and then reabsorb their pure essence back into their body. So that, just to give you guys some ideas of ways that you could do these types of reversal rituals or invocations, visualizations, meditations, however you want to see it. Spiritual cleansing act, if this is something you absolutely have to do and there's just like no other option for you, there are things that you can do. Like, that's an idea where you can jar your original spiritual energy, and then bring that essence back into you and restore your organic self. Okay. And yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that idea, give you guys that heads up. And I have so much love for you all. Also, I'm working on this update right now. I should have this out within the next few days. But essentially, I've just been real busy as well with those of you who have come to me for sessions and things like this. So just know I am a little bit booked out right now till about the mid of October on sessions and things like this. So if you're waiting for anything from me, just know that I am doing everything first come, first serve. And if I haven't been in touch, I will be in touch very, very soon. And what's so crazy about this is when this was created, there was a lot of secretive, controversial stuff that went down. So this is shrouded in mystery, and it's shrouded in some stuff that probably wasn't so good. So the guy, Harold E. Holt, the one who this was named after, 3 months after this opened, he was actually went missing in the ocean. He went out for a swim and he never came back. His body went completely missing. And so if that doesn't tell you something is up with this, I don't know what, but we're gonna get into it on my next update. So I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Namaste.